Hi and welcome to AFTV. I've got James B with me. A 2-1 defeat today at the Emirates. This is a painful one, and I kind of want to let you just kind of talk through it from your side. Let's just start with, were you surprised of how we went at this game today, how much we went at City, and how much they didn't lay a glove on us?
Yeah, there are positives from today, a lot of them. I think, am I surprised that we took the game to City? No, I just didn't think it would work necessarily, and it did. I felt the way we played of late, Arteta was probably going to stick to what we've done well. The instructions from him and Albert on the touchline would have been, keep doing your thing and see if it can cause City problems, and it did. The boys were terrific today. Now, yeah, individual errors, yeah, refereeing decisions, and I'm not going to lie, even that Spurs 96th minute winner is a kick in the teeth as well. So we could focus on all those things, but today could easily, while it feels a bad day, because of the top four race and the way the results have gone, because of the fact we lost, because of the manner in which we lost to a late, a penalty and a injury time winner. It feels bad, but today could be a day we look back on as the day that we realised Arsenal are serious again, and I hope it is.
Okay, that's interesting you say that. So, are you saying that this Arsenal side is and this process is starting to come to fruition, and maybe we're getting closer to this top three? I talk about the Cities, the Liverpools, and the Chelsea here. Are you starting to see that Arsenal can be in those conversations from what you saw today?
I mean, we're not this season, but I think we look on a good path for it. I was, after the Everton game, I was so deflated, not just by the defeat, because even if it was a draw, I'd have been furious. It was the performance. And I'm trying to judge Arsenal as much as I can on the performances more than results. Now, the results are what matters. But that was much more impressive today than when we beat Newcastle at home, than when we beat Watford at home.
Is that because of the team that we're playing against? Or is that this?
Yeah, because we were the better side. And even when down to 10 men, they were struggling to really open us up and do anything. The boys were really good today. And, it's frustrating. I'm trying to focus on the performance now. We'll talk about the refs and the officials in a sec. But just purely on the performance, the guys, we pressed Man City. We knocked the ball nicely. We created openings. The youngsters were superb. Partey in midfield was unbelievable. And this was a very balanced, very strong City side. They had Gabriel Jesus up front. They say they don't have a striker. Look, Gabriel is a very good player. Mahrez and Sterling on each wing. What did they cost at the club? What have they done since they've arrived? 2 phenomenal players, world class on their day. I mean, they are world class. And then De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva in midfield. And we were better than them.
Yeah.
That's the Emirates was a cauldron today. I loved it. Everything from the chanting at the ref, the players getting around the ref, every time the City fans got loud, we got louder. The ball boy not giving the ball back. All these little things they're important going forward. There was an edge to the game I really enjoyed today. We're not in the title race. No one's claimed we are or ever have been this season. But we played the game like we were. There was that edge to it. I remember watching Liverpool Man City back in maybe October. Yeah, I think it was October. And I remember as a neutral thinking, God, what a level of performance that was from both sides. And I saw something near that from Arsenal today. Now, doing it over 38 games, doing it when we've got European football, doing it when the pressure's really on, sure, that's a different kettle of fish. But that was really good from the boys today, from the 90-minute performance. Now, I'm sure you're going to ask about it, so I'm going to go straight into it, the things that went wrong. Yeah. Let's start with where we can blame ourselves. So I've been very positive in a fan camp we've just lost.
Yeah. But rightly so as well, before you go into it. Rightly so, because there was a lot of positives to take from today. This is Man City that we played against, and we kept them at bay. 2 shots on target from them, and those are just the goals.
Yeah, and I make no apologies for being really positive about the performance, but Granit Xhaka, who I thought, again, crossed the 90, Turkish summed up perfectly. Crossed the 90, was very, very good today. Him and Partey in midfield, and with Odegaard, terrific. But it's such a crucial error. Now, firstly, we'll get into the officiating in a sec. Just purely from Xhaka's perspective, while I don't like it, I am a little bit of the belief, don't give the referee a decision to make. Right. And there's kind of two problems. One that's not his fault, one that is. A, bit of a lazy leg, bit of a kind of arm out, bit of a grab. Yeah, VAR in slow motion, that's not going to look good. Secondly, his lack of mobility in midfield. When he's one-on-one against players like Bernardo Silva who have that trickery, he could be a bit of a liability. It's not his fault, I'm not going to go at him for that. It's just kind of the reality of his strengths and weaknesses. But he was very good today. Yeah. But then I can't say he was very good because of the error. So it's a shame. I really bigged him up last week after Norwich. Deservedly so, and I think he's been actually pretty excellent all season. But 2 games against City, 2 pretty costly errors. And it's a shame. Then you go to the Gabriel incident. I don't want to see... I want to see consistency. I don't want to see yellow cards being thrown out. You know, the whole sort of... It's stupid from him, the whole penalty spot incident.
Yeah, was it harsh? Was it harsh in getting the second yellow? Because for me, I said it was, but a lot of people here disagree and said this is how football is. But I just think he could have spoke to him. It was 2 yellow cards in the space of, like 10 minutes? Or maybe even 5.
Where I'll defend the referee, and I'm going to go in a sec. Where I'll defend the referee on this one, and a little bit the Xhaka one, is by the rules of the game. Yeah, they're kind of both. Yeah, they're both yellows. So that's a red. So he's done the right thing. It feels really, really harsh that, you know, a little bit of gamesmanship and, you know, a tackle on the halfway line from a goal kick. It's not like it was a counter or anything. And that's 2 yellow. It feels really harsh. Like it feels harsh that in isolation, I get it. It just feels harsh that collective set of incidents is worthy of a red card and Arsenal to be down to 10 men for the game, for the rest of the game. So that in itself is disappointing. But those are the rules. Now onto the officiating. It's not all about the referee. I'm talking about VAR and the refs as a collective. For example, it's not the ref's fault that he wasn't told to look at the Odegaard one, but what on earth are they doing at Stockley Park? It's mental to me. Then he is told to look at the Xhaka one. You know, sprinting into the box like he's prime Frank Lampard. You know, just as the ball's could have cleared off the line by Ake. I mean, what are you doing? Yeah. It's unbelievable. City getting away with, you know, fouls, no bookings, nothing the whole game. It didn't feel like he had it under control. It's not that he got all the decisions wrong. Actually, he got some of the key ones right. But ultimately, it's a penalty on Odegaard. Rodri should be booked. I don't like the Rodri tackle on Martinelli. Now, a lot of people might say it's a good old school tackle or he slipped or whatever. I see excessive force in 2 feet. Yeah, he might have slipped.
Was it similar to Xhaka's red card against City at the start of the season?
Xhaka's one feels more intentional, so maybe it's the slip. But he's not even given a free kick. He's given a corner. I just felt he never had control of the game. So yeah, to sum it all up, referees definitely had a part to play for sure. City weren't great, and I think that's in big part down to us. Yeah, they played a lot of games, but credit to Arsenal. Yes, slightly the architects of our own downfall because of some of the errors we made individually. The nature of a young team, sometimes the nature of Xhaka's weaknesses, but he was good today. Ultimately, I want to take positives from today. Yes, Spurs won with a late winner. Yes, we lost to a late winner. But I came away from today learning a lot about the team and learning a lot of good things. So roll on. Let's book our place in the final of the Carabao Cup. Let's win the North London derby. Let's end Jan with a home win against Burnley. And I think we'll look back, we'll reflect on this month as a really positive one for the rest of our season and the future of Arteta and these young boys. I was saying that maybe it's time to look elsewhere after Everton. Arteta's got me now. And I know I'm saying that off the back of a defeat. The performance was enough for me to say, I'm buying into this again. And I'm
happy. I'm really sorry to cut you.
He's testing me a lot.
I know. I can tell can tell by your voice how much you're.
Bored, man. I'm a bit hungover. I'm shattered, and I've been through it with Arsenal today.
Yeah, but I'm happy to hear you say that, James. To say that Arteta's got you on board, because I feel that as well. We're trusting in just the signings. You're starting to see a style of play. The youngsters are flourishing, and we're climbing right now.
We just turned up like that against the best team in the world, man.
Yeah.
Fair play to them. Yeah.
Thank you, James.
This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com.